Okay, ladies, I want you to be very careful and watchful when dealing with this kind of men. You see, these men who are age group 35 to 40. Maybe they were married before, now separated. Maybe they divorced. Maybe they never got married because they were in a situationship where they had kids with different baby mamas and all that. And later on, they realized, oh, they wasted a lot of time, and now it's time for them to work on themselves, especially financially, because most of men that have already messed with their lives while they were in their early 30s or in their 20s, whatever they are working on right now at their mid 30s to 40s is financial stability. They're just working on their finances to make sure they're stable, having money, and afford whatever they want. Because they believe that everything now is all about money. Even if you want to be with another woman, they need to have money. Because with the mess that they had from their past, no woman is going to accept them without money. And they don't want anyone to come into their lives to just mess again. So they're just talking on having money. And most of them, that is where most of them fall into being narcissistic. Now, I want you to be careful. Why do I want you to be careful? This set of men, most of them have no boundaries. Have no boundaries, especially with women. They have no boundaries. They befriend each and every woman and they sleep with them in the name of my friend, my friend, my friend. Oh, we met in business, we met in career, we met at work, we met at... This is just my friend, she's just my friend. If you're going to date that person, just know there's no future for you. This is a person who came from a marriage that didn't work. What will make it work for you? With that kind of character of not having boundaries, and they don't even want accountabilities. Any man who is 35 years old, separated, 35 years old and above, separated or divorced, is not ready to get into another marriage. No matter how you're going to convince them, they will just pretend to get whatever they want to get from you, but they're not ready to get into another marriage because of what they saw. Yeah. And those who, okay, it's not all of them, but good percentage. But we have those who are 35 years and above, and they want to have life again, and they want to get married. They believe in love, they believe in marriages. These are the people that usually set boundaries. But this other one that I'm talking about, they don't set boundaries and they don't want accountabilities. And if you want them to cut you off, talk about them having no boundaries, they will cut you off. Try to react on how they don't have boundaries, they will cut you off. Because they believe they're just friends. These are just women, they're just friends. Why? You know, it's spiritual, guys. When they were in those marriages, they never had time to mingle with any other woman because maybe of the insecurities from their wives, from the people that they are connected with. They had no time to mingle around freely. Now they are out of those connections. They want to mingle freely. They want to talk to each and every woman they meet with no boundaries. And nothing connects these two people more than their stories, their past connections, their experience, their past connection. They like to sit down, talk about it together, and fall for that. And they become friends. And let me tell you, when they meet in person, they're going to... Mwingine vile waliachwa na watoto na bwana akapotea, mwingine anaambia mwingine vile aliachia bibi watoto, mabibi wanasumbuana kila siku na watoto na all that. Anataka tuwafanye hii, anataka wafanye hii. And let me tell you, when they sit down and talk about it, even over the phone, watatumeta 2 hours, 3 hours talking of nonsense, just about their past connections. And they create bond and they create vibes, good vibes. That is what they call good vibes. And they end up having fun. They end up not talking again. Then even. So this kind of life they live, wanachafua soko. And wewe tu mzuri umejicollect poa, you want a relationship with that person because he is mature. A mature man with no boundaries. Uliwaona wapi? They usually, okay, most of them are career men, most of them are businessmen, most of them ndo wameanza sasa kutengeneza pesa. So they live certain kind of life that unakaa decent. In some point, driving big cars, having businesses and all that. They look so decent. But until you get into their lives, that is when you realize they are not even disciplined the way they claim to have discipline. Why? Because they have no boundaries. Any person that doesn't have boundaries, discipline iko wapi? Kama huwezi jiheshimu wewe mwenyewe na wanawake, unapata they have friends. And then these people usually wanashughulikianga sana how they look, their appearance. Utapata they work on their appearance so much. They work on their clothes, they work on their nails, they work on their faces, they work on yeah, the neatness and all that. Yani wanataka tu ku look smart as men. They have designs clothes nini vitu kama hizo. They make sure they live good life, yeah. So yani to attract those friends. So they're trying to live a different life from the life that they used to live when they were connected with their spouses hizo kitambo, yeah, so that they can attract new people, new energies. They know maybe they are the problem. They know they cannot settle. They know they cannot have a serious thing anymore, but they want these people around them. So they have to make a lot of money. They have to live a good life so that they can attract them. And if you are going to be attracted to that person and you want a serious thing, you're going to suffer. You're going to ruin your life. You're going to fall into depression. Because anytime you mention them having no boundaries, they're going to cut you off. They don't want to talk about them having no boundaries and taking accountabilities. They just want to live life that no one is going to question. And the only life that no one is going to question is the life of having multiple female friends. Maybe they meet, I told you, they meet in businesses, they meet in different kind of places. Even together with those people they separated from. They are not friends that, I have no problem with my baby mama. Mi sina chuki na sisi ni watu moja. They have no boundaries. The baby mamas will even come and sleep at their places. They have no boundaries. The baby mama will come, imagine they have separated, but utakuja utolewa ambi, you're not coming to my place because my baby mama is coming. Yet they told you they separated, they're divorced. These people, ukikuja kwa maisha yao, you're going to mess with your life. Why? Because they're still rotating na past yao. Yeah, because kids are involved. Yeah. So napatanga tu mama atazungukia hapo, huyo mwanamke huyo pata zungukia hapo. Na unajuanga hata wawanangi tena, hata hawezi rudiana. But hivyo tu yani make sure life zao wazikui sawa. Wewe unataka yeye isikue sawa, wewe unataka yeye isikue sawa, and they still want to live na freedom because huko kama walikuwa na kaziana. Yani it's like they are punishing each other in a way that they don't know they are punishing themselves. They're making things difficult for themselves. Imagine you people are not going to be together, but unataka kuzungukiana kutesana. And at the end of the day, sasa wanatesana wao peke yao. Hata wewe mtu innocent unajipeleka kwa hiyo relationship, unajiingiza kudate huyo mwanaume, please, you are going to suffer. Hey, especially kama ni mtu strict, unapenda tu kukaa vitu zako zikwe zako and you want to just to have a peaceful life, you can't have such connection with a peaceful connection. Itakuwa na vitu mingi sana, vitu mingi. And when you're going to complain about it, they don't want to see what they did. They don't want accountabilities. They are going to trigger your reaction. Why did you react like that? Why are you insecure? Why you have traumas? Why do you hey? They will accuse you. They will gaslight you. They will make things difficult for you. And deep inside, behind the scene, they have their life is messy. Their lives are messy. They are messy because they have a lot of things to do. They have a lot of messes to deal with. They have messes of their baby mamas. They have messes of their separation. They have messes of their kids. They have messes of making money. They have messes of their businesses. They have messes everywhere. And the only thing that they know, with all these messes, they don't want someone to tell them to have boundaries and someone to tell them to take accountabilities. Hizo vitu mbili. Ukiambia watu kama hao hizo vitu mbili mnakosana kama kitu kingine. And let me tell you something. There are also such kind of men. It's not all of them. There are also such kind of men that are 35 and above 40. They're from those marriages, they're from separation and all that, but they behave so well, they're disciplined, they have boundaries. And they can stay even 2-3 years, after 2 years, 1 year, and they get into another marriage and they live happily. Like they just decided, my life is not going to stop here. I'll have to have a family again and live. Those people, I respect them a lot. I've met them a lot, especially as friends and as what I do, like talking to them. You see someone comes to my DM and ask me, okay, and tell me, Hamisa, you know what, I am from a separation. It's a kind of different my story because I'm from a separation and now I'm in another marriage. So utapata kama wewe you not understand, again you're going to blame them for getting into another marriage mapema. But that is the best thing they did, because to avoid such kind of things, they know what boundaries means. They know the benefits of having boundaries. They know the benefits of being disciplined. Yeah. So if you're a lady and you're involved in such kind of connection, please, as early as now, yeah, don't put your effort over there. Kaa tu hapo enjoy your pesa yenye unakula na ujipatie shughuli. Don't ever ask them for commitment. You're going to ruin your life.